All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the debut interview for my new YouTube podcast, Photographer Profile. Before we get into the interview with Sylvia here, I just want to give you some background on myself. My name is Nathan Rupert, and I've been a San Diego photographer for over 18 years now, believe it or not. In my career, I've uploaded over 45,000 pictures to Flickr. I've had 2 shots actually hit Flickr's #1 spot on Explore. Not many people use Flickr anymore, but that used to be the main website that people use. I've taken a lot of pictures, and I've met a lot of amazing photographers during my career. And it saddens me that today that most social media platforms encourage video and reels, and they really kind of put photography down on a lower pedestal. So that's kind of one of the ideas to do this podcast, is to introduce you guys to these amazing photographers and see some of their shots that might just be sitting on their hard drives, sitting on the web, that might not get the kind of proper exposure that they deserve. So, we're going to look at some of these pictures and we'll hear some funny, hilarious stories as well from Sylvia. So, without further ado, welcome my guest, Sylvia Binder.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. So why don't you just give us a little background on yourself, a little introduction, where can people find you and so forth?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sylvia. I think everybody can hear an accent. So originally I'm from Germany. And in 2018, I moved to America. I won the green card in the green card lottery. Photography at this time was still far away. I found my passion in 2020, exactly when the lockdown happened. And yeah, it's great to be in America. I really love the people here. They're very supporting. And yeah, I'm 38 years old and now in the business since, almost 4 years. Started very slowly, but I think especially the first years are to get better and not to become famous already. So for me, it's like I'm okay that everything starts slowly and steady. Yeah. And I do have Instagram, would be Sylvia Binder Photography. I also do have a YouTube channel talking about stuff for models, how they can survive in the model industry and keep the body perfect and the skin perfect. And so the YouTube channel is Beauty, Brains, and Boldness. And then I do have also.
We get an ambulance in the middle of our interviews. Okay.
I'm sorry. Should be gone. Yeah. Then I do have Pinterest and also LinkedIn. Profile.
So you are located in San Diego, right? Just so everybody, watching.
Yes. I live in San Diego. Yeah.
And are you single, taken? Is complicated,
I'm single. I'm currently single. I think it's the industry, photography is full-time job. It's not only taking pictures. I think Nathan, you know the best. There's a lot of editing. There's a lot of content creation and marketing strategies. So it's a lot of to do.
Yeah, my photography really did not get launched until I downloaded Photoshop and learned how to edit and fix my photos. I mean, I do minor edits to almost every single photo that I post. I mean, whether it's just straightening it or adding contrast or those minor adjustments, those crops can make such a big difference. So until you start learning the editing part, your photos will never kind of reach that level. I feel like, I don't know if you feel the same way.
Well, I think every artist is different. Comparison is always, how do you say it? It's the death of joy. I think everybody is their own individual, and if you like your art and your photos very minimal edited, then this is your signature. And that's great. I think some people, they really hard editing, especially beauty shoots. It has to be very flawless. So yeah.
And just so everybody knows, how do you know me?
I think it was the photography meetup, Elite Models Pro. Yeah, there's
Yes,
when
yes.
we met each other. Yeah, it was a fun shoot.
It was a horrific day to be surrounded by models for a couple hours. I mean, that was when I don't know how I survived survived
Well, it
that.
was also tough for the models that they went in the cold water for such a long time. So yeah.
And what about hobbies outside of photography? What else do you enjoy doing besides
Um,
photography?
I do love personal development, so I love to grow. Um, um, I think the EMS is coming back. Still looking for the
All
person.
right, are you in a high crime? Are you in a high crime zone part of San Diego?
No, actually not. I'm not in downtown.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. I really like to grow, and I think we all got some limited beliefs. We sometimes not love our art, and we think, oh, we are not good enough. So I really like to grow that part and to heal myself, and it's very interesting. I also, which is a totally other side, I really love to watch UFC fights.
Oh,
So
wow. I did not
yeah,
expect that. I
right,
did
right. I
not
think
expect
nobody does.
that. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I love to go to fights myself, or I just go to a bar and watch it. So that's very interesting. Other than that, I love to hang out with my friends. I'm vegan, so I love to try new vegan restaurants, and of course, I love to travel.
Wow. Yeah, I used to follow and go to the bar and watch the UFC fights a long time ago, and then it just got too many fighters to keep track of. You know, life took a hold, and I just couldn't keep up with it anymore. But I do like watching the fights as well, and I've had
Yeah.
coworkers that took jujitsu classes
hmm
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
done any training like that kind
Yeah,
of
I
stuff?
did, but only against a boxing sack, not against a person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little different when they can hit back, right? With a
Yes,
real
yes,
person.
exactly. Yeah, I don't know if I'm that good, but it's so much fun.
It's good self-defense. I mean, you might look into it, you know. I know a
Well,
lot
it's
of
also a great workout.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I do take classes at Title Boxing here in San Diego, and yeah, I'm pretty dead by the end of that hour. That is no joke, boxing classes for sure.
Yeah, that's okay, but I think when you keep going, you definitely get better.
So, how did you get into photography? I guess if you give some backstory
Mm,
on that.
so I think I owned my first professional camera when I was like 14. I still
Oh
can remember
wow,
when
that's young.
yeah, when I got, I went with my dad to, uh, yeah, a store, and it was very interesting. I had no idea, um, what is important, what I have to look for. I just wanted to have a camera look so professional. And then, I started with landscape and some friends pictures, but most of it nature, nature pictures, or city pictures. And then in 2020, I met a model, and I took some photos for fun, and I was like, wait a moment, that's so much fun. Let me take more pictures. And this is how it started. So I got some other friends, they were modeling for me. And yeah, I got a lot of cool feedback. And of course, when you hear that your work is good and I want to hire you, then of course, why not keep going? And yeah, this is how I got into.
Do you remember what your first DSLR was, or do you still have your first
It was
camera?
it was a Sony. What was it? Sony Alpha. No, I forgot. A Sony Alpha. But it was like, yeah, literally, it was a good one for beginners when I was 14. So, yeah.
Yeah. And are you a professional or a hobbyist? Is this your full-time job,
It's not my
basically?
full-time job yet. I don't have too many gigs, and everybody who knows San Diego or California, it's freaking expensive here. So it's definitely difficult to survive here with only one job.
Would you say fashion is your favorite genre, or you prefer like modeling, like beach type stuff?
Yeah,
What is your favorite?
fashion and beauty, definitely. So it's of course, beach. In the end, there would be also fashion for swimwear. So that's definitely the niche I'm going to. But currently, I also shoot for entrepreneurs and CEOs, like personal branding or headshots. So that's still in it. But I do also offer a lot for models because I really want to focus on that. I meet a lot of models every day, and I see that they're so beautiful, but they still think they are not good for that business. So I really want to push them. So I created checklists, I create guides. I launched recently my first high fashion posing guide. I
Oh, wow.
offer digitals that they can get signed by agencies. I'm always there when they have questions. So I really want to help aspiring models to become professional models. That's one of my missions.
Yeah, I've done a lot of model shoots too, and it's crazy the difference in a photo when they have their arm one direction versus another direction, or their body turned one way, or their, you know what I mean? Every part of the pose can really kind of impact the
Oh,
picture.
absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree. Yeah. And sometimes minimal movements change a picture so drastic. Yeah.
It's all about the angles too, right? Like to get
Absolutely.
really interesting shots, you don't always want to shoot straight away. You want to get above them, underneath them,
Totally
to an
agree.
angle. I've
Yeah.
kind of learned that too throughout my career, you know.
I think it's depends also on the style. So as soon as you shoot also from below, which gives a little bit more power to the model, it looks a little bit more that they're have a lot of power, very confident. Or when you shoot from above, that it gives a little bit, um, the viewer is more powerful. And I think every kind of these shoots are very editorial, very, yeah. When you have also a model who's moving, who has a very high fashion pose, then yeah, it can be very edgy. I love that to play with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually photographed the San Diego Swim Week fashion show
I have
recently.
seen that. Yes. Great
Yeah,
job.
and it was so crowded by photographers. The only spot I could find when the show started was literally sitting on the ground, but it did make for some interesting angles, like you said, like power
Yeah,
angles, right? As they
exactly.
were. Oh, I think we might have lost her. Let's see if she jumps back in here for a second. Oh, there she is.
Okay,
Are you
sorry. I
back?
changed. Yeah, Sorry, I changed my Wi-Fi. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, we were just talking about shooting
With the
different
angles.
angles, right? Yeah.
And Nathan, I honestly think that's finally something refreshing and not so boring what we always see, the straight picture. Of course, you see the proportion and you see the fashion, but it's so refreshing to see it from a different angle. So I think you did a very great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's probably my only I've only shot maybe 3 or 4 fashion shows before, so I'm still very early infancy in that genre. I'm not an expert like you, of course. You know, I mostly do like street photography and events and stuff like that. So it's a whole new learning experience for me.
Yeah,
But but that's the great thing about photography, right? It's like you can
exactly.
never there's so many different genres. There's like macro photography.
Oh, yeah,
There's all these subgenres that you can really dive deep into, right? And become an expert
absolutely.
at. So
Yeah, absolutely. Hmm.
that's why it's the most expensive hobby. Probably one of the most expensive hobbies
I totally
out there.
agree. I totally agree. Yeah. When I found that it's my passion, I was like, yeah, that's a very expensive passion with all the cameras. And then the lenses are the same amount like the cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, and then a new model comes up, like the mirrorless camera, or you see the new L lenses come out, and you just there's always that desire, right, to keep upgrading your gear as you learn more and more and get better. So
Mm, maybe for renting and checking out how it is, but I personally don't go like with trends. When I see my work is working and I enjoy it, um, sure, I switch lenses, and what I definitely want to shoot more is also wide angle. That's very interesting. Um, but like all these fancy features, sometimes you really don't need. They do have on cameras.
yeah, I did end up switching to mirrorless a few years ago, and but I still had some expensive lenses that did not work with the new mirrorless camera I got from
Mm.
Canon. So I had to buy the what do you call it, the modifier or the adjustment
Mm-hmm.
piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to buy whole new lenses. I just bought
Yeah.
the adjuster piece basically. So it does make it a little easier to upgrade sometimes. So where have you traveled in terms of photography?
Travel regarding photography, I was at the New York Fashion Week this February, and I was shooting the arriving guests of the fashion shows. But other than that, I probably will go in September again, and then also to Paris if
Oh
everything
wow.
works out. Um,
Paris Fashion Week.
yes, yes, it's also in September. Um, and other than that, for traveling, not much. It's definitely one of my goals that hopefully clients love my work so much that they fly me in. Um, But
That'd be nice.
traveling,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That's definitely one of my goals. But yeah, I love also traveling for fun. I used to work on cruise ships, so I got money to see the
Oh
world
wow.
when I was 25. So that was very nice. I really enjoyed it. But honestly, I haven't seen so much from America yet, so there's a whole country to explore.
I'm sure cruise ships have their own photographers on
That's
there,
correct,
right?
yeah. But it's definitely not a niche I like. But yes, we had also a photographer.
Now that'd be an interesting career. I need to find someone that does that and interview them. I'm so curious on what that life would be like, right?
Well, I can tell you, in the end, you're taking pictures of the board guests, of the guests before dinner. You know, normally you dress a little bit more elegant and nice. and then you go out with the resident or with the guests on land, and you go to excursions, and then you also take pictures of, for example, I was at an elephant park, and then you can take pictures
Wow.
of the elephants. Or we had a safari tour in Namibia, and then you take picture of that, and then the guests on board can purchase it. So you have also a little printer there, or they load that on a CD that you can buy the CD. It's more I worked on a cruise ship for more older people. So I think when you give them a USB or SD stick or whatever, SD card or a USB stick, or a QR code or something, I think they would not work with that. So it was a little bit more old school, but it was also 2012. So I
Yeah,
guess the
yeah,
technology is now a little bit better, but it's definitely very exciting to go out and to shoot that and yeah, do everything for free, and you get also your salary. Yeah.
My goodness. And do you feel like motion sickness, or you just get used to it, I
Um,
guess?
it depends. So you have a level from 1 to 12. I recognize that my um my level where I literally cannot anymore without any pills or a needle uh, is level 7. It's pretty fun when you walk like you're drunk,
Oh my
and
God.
you have to be careful and hold everything on the at the front desk that nothing falls from the tables. But yeah, I think everything above 7 is not for me. So I think that's more in Alaska. You have more the rough ones, and with
Okay.
smaller cruise ships, and the bigger the cruise ship is, the better. So that you don't
Yeah,
get so
I've
much.
never been on a cruise ship, so I still have to mark
Well,
that off my
Nathan,
bucket list someday.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's so much fun. I think the cruise ship itself is already a half city with all the entertainment and stores, that you don't even realize how fast the day passes until you go to the next land. Mm.
Awesome. So I'm going to throw some offbeat questions here at you. What would you
Okay.
say is the best piece of photography advice you've ever received from someone that's really helped you during
Um,
your career here?
so I do have mentors, but more for my personal growing. Um, but yeah, like I said, comparison, a comparison is the death of joy, that's for sure. Um,
Yeah.
and also that are you a victim of your circumstances, or are you a creator of your reality? I think that's a
Oh,
very
okay.
powerful that yeah, so many people not believing in themselves that they cannot do it, or they listen to the noise. They should silence the noise a little bit next to them.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely relate to that. I mean, I got hired to shoot um, a Fourth of July party recently, and the host wanted pictures with the fireworks going off in the background of the guests. And I've never done that kind of shot before with that at night, having to get the guests lighted and in focus with the fireworks going off in the background at the
Yeah.
same time.
But
So I was
Nathan, I
like,
think I have seen the pictures, and I think you did a great job. In the end, you have seen the colors and the firework in the back, and you had in focus and pretty nice bright the guests. So I think you did a great job.
yeah, but the end result was good. But when I got there, at first I set up a tripod. I was like, okay, I'm gonna use a tripod for this with no
Mm,
flash. But then
mm,
I was gonna say, people became blurry, right? And then it's okay.
mm.
Then I realized, okay, I really need to use my flash, and
Yeah, you definitely need,
it's
yeah.
adjusting on the fly. So it's like, like you said,
But
you have to
yeah, in
believe you
the
know how to
end,
do it.
you need to react fast, especially because the firework is only, I think, 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can be very proud of you. You did a great job reacting that fast and found a solution.
Yeah, like you said, it's all mindset. You just accept the job even if you only
Yeah,
sort of know how to do
it's a
it. You know what
great
I mean?
challenge. Exactly. Every time when
So do
there's
you
a challenge
oh,
coming, say yes.
exactly. All right. Another one. Do you have any weird superstitions or kind of habits you do before a photo shoot or in preparation? Do you do the same thing every time to get ready? No.
Um, no, no, not really. Uh, I cannot think about anything. I think we all are a little bit weird. That's good. So
Yeah.
I cannot say that it's weird, but no, I think I check everything trouble. I always have fear that did I really put the battery in the camera? Okay, let's unpack it again. I think that's
Yeah.
something I really have to check. Yeah,
Yeah. Check memory card. Always check memory card. Always check your batteries are charging.
yeah.
You have the lens, what do you call it? Cap or filter or whatever you have. Yeah, it's always good to set that stuff up the night before. So
Oh, that for sure. Yeah. My bedroom, where I charge everything, looks always so funny with all the cords and everything before a shoot. Um, that I still have the overview of everything is impressive.
yeah. All right. Another one. How do you feel about AI in photography now that AI is the big buzzword these
Mm,
days?
I honestly use AI daily, especially in the content
Oh,
creation or for my website, SEO. Um, Inspiration definitely also when I see images on Instagram, but I have to say if I see, especially in the hashtags, normally they put AI there. I never like it because in the end, I never push the like button um, because for me, there was not much work behind it. So I
yeah.
literally don't want to give um, yeah, the credit for that. They just typed a prompt in it and that's it. But I see it as a inspiration. Oh yeah, cool, that's possible. Let's try it in real, how that could turn out. Um, I definitely use AI in photo editing to remove a person in the back or so. It's now so easy
Yeah.
that I don't need to, yeah, work smart, not hard. So I enjoy it. In the end, I don't see a problem yet. Of course, there are always people they could use AI in general in a negative way to harm people. In a photography way, we all know we make our money with that. We all know that we are creative people and that we should get the credits for that by creating it and not by hyping up all these images. They are, yeah, totally made by Midjourney or so.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of controversy, especially in like photo awards and stuff like that. Oh, that person did that in AI. But there's always been that kind of thing, right? Because you've had people using Photoshop to manipulate images, right? Or they'll take a picture of the foreground and then a picture of the stars at night and then put those two together, right? So there's always been that kind of controversy whether
Hmm,
what is a real picture, in terms of the
true.
awards and stuff like
Hmm.
that from what I've
Yeah,
seen.
I think in the end, it's important how the masterpiece looks like, and when both images, the stars, which you said from your example, the stars, and then the background and the what you have in the front, when that really got shot by a photographer, then yeah, I personally think it's just a cool help to create a masterpiece.
Okay. Next one. What do you want to happen to your photos when you die, when you're gone? All these photos that you've taken, what do you hope to do
Well,
with
in
them?
the end, I'm gone, so I hope someone likes it, prints it out, put it on the wall, or makes a lot of money with that. But yeah, currently I really don't care because in the end it's not affecting me anymore. But yeah, I hope someone will enjoy them.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to look at some of your photos now. You sent me them ahead of time. I think we'll start with your 3 favorite photos that you
Hmm.
took. So let me go ahead and share this, and hopefully this works. Okay. All right.
Oh, perfect. Hey.
And we can still see us, and we can see
Yes.
the picture, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty good for a first time.
You are
First time.
amazing, Nathan. That's great. Love it.
Preparation is the key to success, right?
I definitely totally agree.
All right, yeah. So go ahead and talk us through this picture here.
Okay, so with this, I always wanted to shoot with an animal. I have to say before, I love all animals, so I made sure that this dog has fun and is not walking all the time up and down. So this shot was done within 10 minutes. I was very happy with that. I had a totally
Wow.
vision in my head.
10
Um,
minutes? Really?
yeah.
Holy crap.
I was looking for the best location. I wanted to have a little New York, maybe also a little Paris style. So I chose a building. It's a condominium building in downtown on Broadway. And then I found the model, with this beautiful dog who looks like a totally like Black Panther.
Yeah,
And
that does.
yeah, and I wanted to have it very edgy, so I chose leather boots, a leather coat, and a very sexy black short dress. We wanted to keep it very minimalistic with the hair, so we put it in the back, little makeup, but we wanted to have a statement, which is the sunglasses. And then she walked up and down. I used no flash at this time. It was,
No
I
flash.
think,
Oh, okay.
no flash. It was 4:30 p.m., but you can see a little bit lighting, which comes from the cars where we're waiting for the green light. So, it was kind of a little challenge to check that nobody else is walking on the sidewalk at this time, and also that we have enough time until it turns red for us again. So, yeah, I really, really love this image.
I love this image too. Has this won any awards or anything like that? I mean, this
I
is
never
insane.
gave it to any competition. No, I didn't. I should, right?
Yeah, yeah. The dog reminds me of something like out of Greek mythology or something like the dog from Hades or hell or something like that, right?
Yeah,
And it,
it's cool.
it looks like you got pretty low for the shot, right? Like the
Oh
power
yeah,
angle that
yeah.
we were talking about here.
Yes, I was very low. I really like to shoot from below to give the model very confident power in this image. And I think she handled it very well, very confident, straight, edgy.
And it's so hard to get the dog to look at the camera and her not to look at the
Yeah.
camera and both eyes of the dog in focus like that. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy, right?
I think, well, there was unfortunately not an assistant involved, so it was just me and the model and the dog. So would there be some behind the scene videos? There would be definitely a lot of calling the dog that the dog is looking at me.
Yeah, that is a crazy cool shot. I'm sure she got some modeling jobs from from this
Yeah,
from this
yeah.
picture.
I can remember she posted it and she got, a lot of nice feedback. Yeah.
That's really cool. All right. This one here, see, that's zoomed in too much. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right. Tell us about this image
Okay,
here.
so this image was happening at the beach. I was again low level shooting. She was on a rock. I wanted to have a very vibrant and catchy makeup, so we chose a lot of bluish, very edgy, aggressive makeup. And then I also wanted to have a little statement, which would be the metal belt. Um,
So
and
you always tell the model what to wear and makeup and stuff like that. You direct that usually.
when I create my own editorial shoot and it's not for a client, then of course it's my vision. So I plan everything from start to end and talk to the makeup artist what I want, hairstylist, and yeah,
And you
then we
buy the outfit, or you get supplied the outfit that you
I
give to the
bought all of
models.
this what she's wearing. I think no, the bathing suit or the body she had at home. I just said that I want something like that, and she had it already. The belt is from me, and then yeah, I had some jewelry we had in other shoots, so you cannot see it on this picture.
Which beach do you remember what beach you guys went to?
It was next to, it was Windansea Beach.
Oh, Windansea. Okay, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was
Yeah,
editing a
this.
little bit. In the end, the sky was really flawless. There was literally no cloud. But I made it a little bit darker to that the makeup and the sky looks a little bit the same. So I was editing that.
Any flash? Was there flash on this
There was no
picture?
flash. No,
Okay, no flash.
I had some reflectors, but also in
Oh,
this
okay.
picture I didn't use them so much.
And you usually have like assistant help you with the reflectors.
Sometimes, not always,
Okay.
um, because yeah, in the end it's all low budget, and then
Yes, I feel you. I feel you
yeah, and
there.
sometimes yeah, I think I could handle that alone, but of course we're all struggling
Yeah, it's so
taking the
hard. I mean,
picture
you have to get
and
like.
keeping the light. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, you have to get
horrible.
like. If you're doing it by yourself, you need to get like sandbags and right stuff to make sure stuff doesn't blow away at the
Oh
beach.
yeah, well, this is a reflector I'm really holding in my hand, and then I'm shooting with my right. So you need to have very good arm training to hold that all the time. Yeah, I was exhausted. It was a 4 hours shoot.
Four
But we,
hours. Oh,
yeah, we did 3 outfits, and we had beauty, portrait, and full body. So yeah, we were all exhausted. She was jumping after that in the cold water, and yeah, that was very refreshing.
wow, that's like what hour per outfit. You must have took like thousands of photos or something
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. When I shoot, then sometimes there are like 3,000 pictures. I'm also a very
Three
fast
thousand.
shooter. Yeah. I'm not like click, 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 but I love to move very quick and have a lot of different angles of one pose before the model is switching to the different pose that I have the variation. I can check later on my computer which angle I like from that pose. Yeah.
Wow, you must spend a lot of time editing that many photos to go through. That's crazy.
Yes, sometimes it's really so much that I do have editors, I do have retouchers, so I send this to them. But these ones I edit myself.
Wow, yeah, editing can take up a lot of time,
And Nathan,
if you're not
honestly,
good.
this is the least thing what I enjoy. I really don't enjoy so much editing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's kind of a a necessary evil. That's like I said,
yeah.
I try to do basic edits, usually nothing crazy, you know.
Mm,
Luckily, you know, Photoshop or whatever editing program you use keeps on getting better and better in terms of their
mm,
recognition technology. So it does make our lives a little bit easier, you know.
yeah. Yeah, true.
All right, let me zoom out on this one here. Okay, there we go. This is a beautiful shot. All right, tell us about this one, this photo.
Yeah, I had a vision of a couple. They are not a couple, they are just two separate models.
There should be a
I
couple, maybe.
I had a vision on a rooftop, surrounded by buildings. Of course, in this pictures you cannot see it, but the whole photo shoot was on this rooftop, in San Diego, and I wanted to have a very elegant, high fashion photo shoot with cool high fashion poses, and this one was actually a picture was which was a little bit more far away, and I cropped it, and I think it's just the turnout, especially in black and white, it's yeah, I really really love it. It looks so honest. These models were just perfect in acting. It really looks like they are a couple, and yeah, I really really love this picture.
Yeah, I mean the art of cropping, right? That can change a whole photo. Like
Oh,
how much
absolutely.
did you really crop out of this shot from the original
So
shot?
I think they were until the belly. And there was a lot
Okay.
of empty space around, which I really don't like. The people get lost if there's so much empty space next to them. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a whole art in itself, right? Learning how to crop and how close to crop, what to crop out, right? That takes a lot of just years of experience and getting feedback from people, right? That's not something you learn right from the beginning.
yeah. And in the end, it's always the eye of the artist. If you like the picture, then it should be like that.
Right, and there's the rule of thirds, right, which is the golden standard for photography. But even then, it's good to break that every once in a while, right, and try
Yeah,
something
yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
different.
Totally agree.
So,
Yeah.
so did you have to get permission to be able to go on the? Because I know downtown doesn't let people on that many rooftops, right? A lot of places. Did you have to get like
There was
permission?
a garage. It was a public garage, and we just walked up. They saw us. She was in a dress. He was in a suit. They didn't say anything. I had all my equipment, so nope. We just went up there.
Yeah, I did a photo shoot on the top of Horton Plaza before
Nice.
it got remodeled and bulldozed down. So I don't know. I'm waiting for that whole new Horton Plaza to come back up.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that's going to be like. You know,
yeah. Oh,
we'll
that's
see.
interesting. Yeah.
All right, and then so those are your three really great photos. Then I asked you to send me one of the worst photos you've ever
Oh
taken, a really
gosh,
bad
yeah.
one. You know, we
And
can't just all show the good here, right? We've all
yeah, no,
taken horrible photos before.
yes, absolutely, absolutely,
All
totally
right.
agree. But I also have to say that this is really happened when I started out. So that was 2021, and it's just everything is just off. So lighting is bad. I think I didn't have flash. I think the outfit is so special. We were shooting at the Balboa Park, and mm, the location is just so boring for that. So yeah, today I would definitely not choose the Balboa Park for that. Um, but yeah, it's horrible. The whole lighting, this yellowish, yeah,
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, I don't even think the model is like looking at you. in this one.
Oh, that's okay. The models
Yeah.
don't need to look always to me. It's always nice, yeah, to have pictures when they look to the side or so. But yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot of. I live near Balboa Park. I've done a lot of model shoots there with the arches and
Okay.
stuff like that. It's a great
Yeah.
location, right, to get that repetition with the arches in those hallways. It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know Liberty Station also has that kind of same setup. Those are two good places if
True.
you want kind
Yes.
of like the
Mm.
arches
Yes.
look
Yeah,
in the
true. I think
background.
it's very good for graduation pictures or for wedding pictures, a little bit more, yeah, classic and elegant. But this is a very fancy disco outfit or party outfit. Not fitting there.
All right. And I did, give you the option if you had a photo that I might be able to critique, edit, or improve, but it's just optional. Just for future guests, I'll try to see if I can edit or make some improvements live on the podcast. That will be something new to try. We'll see how that works
Then you
someday.
have to work very fast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
All
yeah, tell
right.
me to this picture, what would you do different?
Oh, oh man. This is a tough one, right? I'd probably fix the white balance, right? Like you said, I think black and white might work when you have color that's so off like this. Maybe try to go black and white, right? It does seem, I don't know, a little crooked. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe straighten it just a little bit. Probably crop some of the top off, maybe some of the bottom. I don't know. It's a tough one. Like you said. What do you think about those edits?
Yeah, definitely the bottom is a little bit too much. I definitely would crop that. Maybe also a little bit from the left to remove a little bit the stairs. Have more the focus of the model. Black and white is definitely a cool option. I would like to see, and definitely more lighting to the model.
Yeah. What is that? Sometimes I like to just try the infrared. Was it infrared black and white, or the really hyper black and
No,
white?
no, I would say more soft, not the harsh one where the shadow is so heavy. No, definitely. Maybe the black and white what we had before this image. Maybe
Yeah.
that a little bit more softer that could work.
All right. So let me stop sharing here. Okay. So we're almost to the end. It's been a decently long interview. So what is like your dream shot? If you could you're like, I want to try to get this shot before I die. What is your dream? Do you have a dream shot that you want to try
Um,
to capture?
yeah, stars and the moon. It's definitely something on my to do. I definitely will not buy a lens. I will maybe rent one. They are very expensive, but yeah, that would be very interesting.
Oh, you mean
To
like astrophotography, like hooking up to the
yeah.
telescope or something like that?
Well, no, just with a normal camera with a lens to capture the moon. I think that would look cool.
I went to actually an astrophotography meetup group on meetup.com.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, this
How was
person
that?
that I know, he had a telescope and he hooked my camera up to it to take a picture of the moon.
Wow,
So I
that's
have that
amazing.
picture.
Oh my God, you did it already.
Yeah, but I didn't even know you could hook up cameras to telescopes. Like that was
Yeah,
crazy.
you just have to be careful that you're not moving because there's just a little, little thing you can look through.
I've always wanted to do the star trails picture, you know, the circular like star trails picture where you have you seen those? Where one thing's static and the stars like circle around the image.
Oh, you mean the time lapse?
Yeah, it's similar to the
Mm.
time lapse.
Yeah, that's sometimes I see that on Instagram, and they're at a lake or so, and then you can see the rotation of the Earth, and it's just so amazing. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of the shots I want to try. I think you
Yeah.
have to like set up a timer where it takes like every certain period for like an hour or something, hour or 2 hours or something
No,
like
I
that.
think it's shooting. I think it's a video, and it's shooting all the time. And then, with that you can see the rotation of the Earth. You are moving with the with I think you fix one star, fix one area of the star, and then you move with the camera. But of course, you need a lot of equipment for that. But you can also just set up your camera on a tripod and film in time lapse, and then yeah, you film it over like 5 hours or so until the sun is coming. But yeah, that's so beautiful. But in the end, my dream shot would be, of course, a Vogue cover. So this is what I'm
Okay.
working towards.
Yeah, that'd be great. You should submit that one shot, see if they'll put it on.
Well, the whole thing with publishing to magazines uh, is definitely not that easy,
Yeah.
as a lot of
You
people
got to know
think. Yeah.
people, right? It's who you know versus what you do, basically.
Yeah, especially with Vogue, they are choosing the photographer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what would you say your greatest accomplishment in photography is so far? You've been published.
I think just happy clients, that they are happy with the results, and that I hear sometimes, "Oh my God, that's me," or they're becoming more confident. So I think that's my biggest accomplishments, um, yeah, when I see that they are happy with my work.
I think that's my favorite thing is if you take a picture of someone and they put it as their like Instagram or Facebook like profile picture, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's
That's when you know
cool.
you took a good one.
Yeah, totally agree. Absolutely.
I mean, it's nice to give someone something like that that they'll remember forever, right? And they see it every day when they log on to their social media and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
absolutely. And of course, in my case, when I work with models, it would be great if they put that in their portfolio, and then they go to castings and they love how diverse they are, and then they get a job because of one of my pictures, maybe. Of course, that would be great too.
All right. So do you have any kind of weird stories that something crazy that's happened to you during a shoot or something unexpected that you can think of that didn't go as planned in your travels and all these photo shoots that you've done?
Oh, definitely. When I was in New York, that my camera died. My camera was damaged. I don't know if it happens on the flight or so. So I had to find a solution very quick to fix it. Um, but other than that, yeah, sometimes we. I think I had a crazy shoot in my bathtub. That was fun. Um, but the pictures came out pretty well, and it got viral on Instagram. Um, but not working well. I always, if this is not working, then I always try to find some solutions. So I'm not picking on that and be frustrated when this is not working. It's cool when people are passing us and interacting, or when they just stand there and watching us. It's maybe a little bit uncomfortable for the model. Yeah, something like that. Or I think it's more normal, not so crazy.
Hopefully no wardrobe malfunctions during your shoots and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that.
well, sure. We had some nipples. They came off, but of course they got not on pictures, or I would not use them. So every client is very safe with me. But yeah, that can happen in the movement, right?
Yeah, I say always have, you never know, crazy stuff. I always have a backup battery, backup memory cards
Yeah, well,
in
that
your
for
in your
sure.
bag,
Yeah.
like you never know when that stuff
Mm,
will
yeah.
come in handy for sure.
Yeah, totally agree. For me, it was one time I thought it's an easy, quick shot, and I didn't eat before. In the end, it was like 3 hours, and I was almost starving. Yeah.
Oh my
So now I
God.
know I have to eat before the.
Yeah, definitely that it helps to like when I shot the Great Gay Pride Parade this
Oh
past
yeah, I
like
see that. Yeah.
weekend or whatever,
Mm,
and literally I knew it was going to be like a 5 hour day in the sun, right? In the San Diego
mm,
summer heat.
yeah.
I went to 7-Eleven, I put 2 waters and 2 Cliff Bars in my camera bag. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff you
Yeah,
have to prepare for type
exactly.
thing.
Totally. And don't forget the sunscreen.
Yeah, yeah. I had a little bit of a sunburn, but not too bad. I wore one of those dorky like farmers hats with the
Oh
brim
yeah, that's
on
good.
it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Those are good for air shows too, or any long events that you're I mean, you look
Yeah.
nerdy, but you don't
No, you
care
look
at
like a
that point.
paparazzo. For sure.
I mean, you might not get any dates, but you'll get some good pictures and not get sunburned.
Well, at the end,
You know
you're
what I
there
mean?
for work.
Yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts, questions for me?
I think you did great. It
Yeah.
was cool. Thank you so much for having me. Cool
Yeah. My goal
questions
is to
also.
my goal is to kind of maybe do one a week eventually, but just starting out, I have to find the people. So maybe one every other week or something like
Yeah.
that. It just depends. We both know a lot of photographers, so it's just getting
Yeah, I
people
think you can
to
use that video, go on Instagram and ask who wants to be next.
And just so everyone knows, in the description of the YouTube video, I'll post links to, your Instagram, my Instagram,
Okay, cool.
your website, everything like that. Whatever else you want me to post in the description of the YouTube. And then this is actually the YouTube channel that I'll be uploading everything to, youtube.com @photog profile. So that I'll show it again. That wasn't taken. So I don't know. I tried to make it short and memorable as possible, I guess. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's cool. I cannot wait to see it.
So I think you mentioned your social media, web. Maybe just one last time, how people can find you, how they can contact you.
Yeah, you can slide through in my DMs on Instagram, Sylvia Binder Photography, or you can also fill out the contact form on my website, www.sylviabinderphotography.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and everybody
Thank you.
watching. I'd really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. This is our first video, so we gotta get that algorithm going, get that momentum. Add a comment. We gotta work that YouTube algorithm, right, to get this going and more
Yeah,
visibility. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thanks you for sharing your story, and
thank
I'm
you.
sure we'll do another model meetup soon,
Yeah,
someday.
I
I
hope
don't
so.
know.
That was fun.
All right. Well, have a good night. Talk to you soon. All right.
You
Thank you
too.
so
Bye
much.
bye.
All right. Bye.